Hello, everybody. Just wanted to jump on here and give you my mental health tip for this week. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. My name is G. Hyatt. I am a mom. I work in the mental health community. I am also personally affected by a mental health disorder, actually a couple of them, and also in recovery from alcoholism. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is, how did I get here? This morning, this was brought on by a couple of things brought this on. How did I get here? How did I get to the place that I'm currently at right now? Going through a lot right now. I actually had a conversation with someone. Thank you. Had a conversation with someone this, I think it's like last night or this morning. And me and this person have had several conversations because this person is very successful in his career and he has followed my mental health journey over several years. And he thought that I had beat it or got myself together in a place where I don't know where my mental health situation got better. And so, hey, how you doing? So I wanted to have a conversation about this because the reality of a person with, no. But anyway, the conversation goes like this. A person with a mental health disorder is always work in progress, no different than a person that has issues with alcohol, substance abuse, any type of vice that overtakes their life. So one thing I would tell you about this is that, yes, I was diagnosed August of 2003 with bipolar disorder, an extreme form of panic attacks. But at the time when I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I also had a psychotic break. This is another symptom that you can have with type 1 bipolar disorder, is a psychotic episode. Yes, I experienced that. Am I proud of it? No, but hey, things happen. So through my journey through therapy, med management, changing my environment, changing my diet, changing my friends, changing everything that I could possibly change to make myself healthier, I did get to a level of stability. However, I'm constantly having to work. I'm constantly having to work at this, because the thing about mental illness is this: we can get to a place where we plateau or go into remission, where we can kind of get it together. However, we constantly have to work at it. No different than going to recovery meetings. Don't ever think that you got your situation beat, because you can literally drop alcohol down and pick up something else and obsess over it, or use it to deal with your issues if you're not working the program. That I have to put out there, because I was that dummy that thought that I could, do recovery for so long. I got it beat. I left that particular alcohol alone, left that alcohol alone for something else, and it became an addiction. So once an addict is always an addict. We just pick different things to use as a form of addiction. So, and the reason why I say that, I can say that I was a dummy because I didn't know. Not because I am a dummy now, but I was not knowledgeable in a lot of things, which is why I'm getting out here as a person who has lived experience to explain to you guys that nobody is safe from life hitting them. So let me give you my current situation right now. All right, so I think a couple of months back, I tried to restart my business. My home-based business, because I really love being an entrepreneur. I mean, I love being an entrepreneur. I love the whole aspect of printing my own checks, making my own money outside of what somebody else do for me. I love being an entrepreneur. I also love God. I make no exceptions for that. I'm not going to make no apologies for it. I love the Lord. Here's the situation. Sometimes what we want conflicts with what God wants for us. So on this journey since September, my life has completely changed course. Some of the things, I mean, it's like situation happened. I had to make the decision to walk away from my marriage, and everything that went with it. And so I have struggled since making that decision, and I've had to put my mental health first. I've had to put my kids right there with my mental health, because they got to have a healthy mom in order to, have a healthy parent right now, because they're with me. So, and it's so hard because in this journey, it's been so scary, because I'm so used to basing my success on recognition and teaching and being out here busting a move as an entrepreneur. Well, God has made me stop. God has made me sit down. God has made me go, leave it alone right now. This is not, no, you have to leave it alone. And purging is necessary when you leave in a season and going into another season. How does this all relate to mental health? Okay, I have to stay healthy, and I gotta make healthy decisions. So it's been very, very difficult. Right now for me, I am literally living paycheck to paycheck, and it sucks. And it's like, why can't I just, because he said no. And obedience is so key when the big picture is right there that you prayed for. And I say these things because I have many of you guys I love to death. Tam, you are my girl. Like Tam and Sheikah and Mary and Gansey, all of you guys are leaders. You all are entrepreneurs. You all have made things happen. And let me tell you, it is so frustrating for someone like me who's used to making moves to not be able to do it and having to sit still and wait because God told me to. Mentally, I've been down. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been eating, I've been crying, I've been pouting, watching my bank account, watching my coins, and I don't like being in a position where I have to pick, tell my daughter, well, let's eat biscuits today, but then maybe we'll eat something else tomorrow. Let's just kind of ration this out. That's why I had a home-based business. That was the whole point of me having extra stream of income, so that I didn't have to make these kind of decisions. But you know what? When we go through these places of how did I get here? How did I end up back here? It humbles the hell out of you. It humbles you. You will appreciate so many things that you did, maybe you took for granted, or maybe, on days when you could have went out and hustled and rocked that thing out, but then you was like, nah, I'm tired. Nah, I don't feel like doing it. Well, guess what? On these days when you having to make decisions because you only have just this amount of money up until the next payday, I'm telling you, you don't even, it's like living like this. I haven't lived like this in so long that this is so raw for me. This is so hard. And it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And so right now, current situation, I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary of my grandmother's passing. I didn't even talk about this much last year because it hurt me so hard. I just left town. I just left, took the girls, we went to the beach, and I cried. I called, a couple of family members, but it hit me so hard I couldn't even breathe. And this was coming off of detoxing. This was coming off of giving up alcohol for good and not having it to deal with this painful death that I'm still dealing with to this day. I ain't gonna lie to you. That thing hurt because she was the matriarch of the family. And it's very, very, it just hurt me to my core. So I think this is probably the first time I'm even talking about it, and it's been almost a year. I'm still grieving. And that's the 9th is when the 1 year is. So I'm sitting here in that place. I'm sitting here dealing with waiting to the next paycheck for me to, have some money. And I'm dealing with having to make decisions and having to explain to my daughters why I have to be frugal, why we have to budget, why we have to do these things. But you know what? God is so good, because I left my house today, went and worked out in the community, and I sat with someone today who got even worse news than what I'm going through. And I saw the look on her face, and I saw her try to catch her breath. And I was sitting up here like, you know what? We're going to go out and dance in the rain. And she said, we're going to do what? I said, we're going to go out and dance in the rain. And she was like, it's not raining. I said, oh, yeah, it is. Let's go. So I made her leave her phone, everything, get in the car with me, and we went out. And we got our entire life together, free of charge, because I wasn't paying for that gas. Just saying. But we got out. We got some breath of fresh air. We got to talk about the things that mean something to us, that are passionate for us, that's free of charge, like fresh air and plants and sunshine, and just things that sometimes we don't even stop to just look at, that are beautiful. You got to stop and do that. I was able to get her out of her situation. I got out of my situation, because guess what? We can't change those things. I can't change that my grandmother's anniversary of her passing is coming up on the 9th. I can't change right now what God needs me to do. I just have to be obedient. I have to just be in where I am, learn from where I am, because God is going to use it. Even the mental illness, do you know I am so grateful for it, because it has made me live my life differently. I still deal with anxiety. I still have racing thoughts. I still have issues with sleeping. I still have to see a doctor. I still have to go to therapy. I still have med management, even though it's on hold until I'm done nursing. I still have to be compliant to things of something I had no control over. I didn't ask to have a mental illness. I did not ask to have chronic things going on with me physically from the side effects of some of the medication I've taken in the past. What I can control is, I got here, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to sit here and pout about it? Or am I going to learn what I'm supposed to learn in it to give it away to you guys, so you guys can learn from it as well? I'm going to tell you. So, my guy, he said, if it wasn't for the fact that he deals with depression, he would be conceited today. I think that is so profound, for somebody to look at something they can't control as a thorn to a rose. And that's what I said back to him. I said, every rose has its thorn. We all got something. We didn't ask for it. It sucks, but what are we going to do about it? We can either learn from it and teach somebody else, or we can find the beauty in it. For me, I am so grateful, because I'm doing something in life I always wanted to do. Right now, I ain't gonna lie, financially, I am weak right now, because I am in a place I'm like, I got to have me another stream of income coming in. But God said, not now. He has to sit me down. I have things I have to work on. I am still dealing with trauma. I am still dealing with grief. I am still adjusting to my daughter being back home with me. She's doing great, by the way. I know some of you guys have been praying for her, have asked me about her, wanted to check in. She's doing great. She's working. She's getting her entire life together. Like, when I tell you, it is so beautiful to see such a strong young woman still prosecuting her abuser, still dealing with what she's dealing with. But she went out and got her a full-time job, you guys, in less than 2 weeks. And she is working that thing out. When I tell you, she is my inspiration. Like, if you got kids, let your kids be your inspiration. If you got mentees, and learn from them. Because I'm telling you, there have been times where I felt like I had nothing. I had nothing to give. But my daughters and my son, I am learning so much from them. How did I get here? Doesn't even matter. But what am I going to do with it? That's what matters. I want you guys to share this. Share, because I promise you, if 1 in 3 is diagnosed with a mental illness, 1 in 3, What are the odds that you've got somebody dealing with mental illness and probably ain't saying nothing to nobody about it, probably feel like they all alone, don't nobody understand, they ain't gonna never have any kind of a life because they got to do all these things just to stay stable. Share this, because they need to see this is what a person with mental illness looks like, who is still going through, duly diagnosed in recovery from alcoholism. I make mistakes daily. I don't have no problem sharing. I make mistakes daily. But I've learned that even with those mistakes that I make, that it's a learning lesson. I'm still supposed to talk about it, give it away. I'm still uncomfortable going live and talking to you guys about this, but this is something that God told me to do today, and I'm being obedient. How did I get here? It doesn't matter. How did you get to where you are? It doesn't matter. I promise you, every last one of you guys that have jumped on this live broadcast has a story, and I know some of you guys' story because I've watched it and I've followed you guys in life and or through Facebook. All of you all. It's like we have a village. Even through Facebook, we have a village. It is a beautiful thing. I'm seeing your babies. I'm seeing your credentials. I'm seeing your education. I'm seeing your weddings. I'm seeing the people that you're grieving over. I'm seeing the diagnosis when you're rallying your people for, as you're going through cancer or lupus, or crisis, or sickle cell. It's so interesting. But this is the month for me. This is mental health. I am like, hey, Mental Health Awareness Month. Take the shame away. It is what it is. It's schizophrenia. It's bipolar. It's schizoaffective. It is cyclothymic disorder. It is major depressive disorder. It just is what the hell it is. We didn't ask for it. It's just what was given to us, but that doesn't mean that we cannot be pillars of society. But I would tell you that for me, I had to own my stuff because some of it was mental illness, some of it was my personality, some of it I had to learn how to bring it back. I still have my crunk moments, but it's not as severe as it probably have. And I still have my moments. I'm still work in progress, but so are all of us. But I would tell you this. If any of you all need any kind of education on mental health, hit me up. If you all need any kind of education on people with mental illness that need their own apartment, they are on disability, they have Medicaid, hit me up. That's my area of expertise. That is, I live it. I've been on my own for almost 10 years. No evictions. Thank God. God is so good. But I am work in progress, y'all. I would love to say that I am a success right now. I am on the up and down. I'm not where I would like to be, but I'm grateful for where I am, if that makes any sense to you guys. But I'm going to get off of here. Share if you think this will help somebody. But where I am today is not where I'm going to be next week. It's not where I'm going to be next month. It's not where I'm going to be next year. So we have to be mindful not to hold permanent feelings to something that's temporary. Because I'm going to tell you, this time last year, I was just getting ready to find out that my grandmother passed, and I had just asked God for a son. And I had also been walking the water because I had just read the Circle Maker, where you go and whatever you want to bring into your life, you go walk it. It's a beautiful book. I highly recommend you guys read the Circle Maker. It takes your prayer time to a whole nother level. It's just unreal. But I had been going to this area because I wanted to live on the water. Man, let me tell you something. So by June, I was going to say by the end of June, my grandmother had passed. I was pregnant. And then by September, October, I ended up living on the water. So sacrifices had to be made. Decisions had to be made. Trauma ended up happening. So understand the things that we asked for don't come without a price, ever come without a price. So whether you have to give up something in order to have something greater, whether you have to sit still for a little bit, or whether you have to get up and make a move, it just whatever it is. But I say all this to say, how did I get here? It doesn't matter. How did you get to where you are right now? It doesn't matter. As long as you learn from where you are, give it away and teach it to somebody else so they don't be in the same predicament. I am so grateful for my journey. I don't even talk about my financial situation for pity, because I know God got me. He ain't, trust me, we ain't going without no meal. We ain't going, it's not about that. But I need to tell you guys honestly where I am. When I woke up this morning, I was like, what the hell? How did I get here? Because people think so much about, well, you've done this and you've had this business and you've had that and you doing this and that. It don't mean a damn thing. You can have something today and be gone tomorrow. Your health can be, can be you think at 100% today, tomorrow you could be in ICU. Things change. It's how you dance in the rain is what matters. It's kind of like when you're told, people gonna talk about you, but it's all about how you respond to what's talked about you. Same thing with situations. Stuff gonna always happen. It's how we respond to it is what matters. And in therapy, I'm learning how to respond in a more healthier way, because even my response to things can make or cause a trigger to the mental health. So everything kind of falls parallel and in place. But I hope you understand and got the gist of this, of what I was saying here. I'll be back next week, probably maybe about this time next week, with another mental health tip. This is G. Hyatt. I am a mental health advocate. Take the shame away. No stigmas here, no judgments here. All I can give you is life experience, the real. That's all I can give you. I don't know nothing else. But share this video on your wall, because I promise you, if you got at least 10 Facebook friends, at least 2 of them got a mental health disorder. All right, I'm signing off. You all have a great day.